From a downtown balcony, I just shot 40 stars a phone camera swears aren't there. I stopped driving hours out of town and started pulling stars out of my own skyline. 6 moves. Turn your back to the brightest streets, kill stabilization, go 14 millimeters, run the 500 rule, zoom into a test frame, then dodge the 4 glare traps that wreck 90% of city star shots. Don't hunt for dark, hunt for shade. Stand so a building, overpass, or your own body physically blocks the nearest sodium or LED streetlight from hitting the front of your lens. That one shadow line cuts more veiling glare than driving 20 minutes. And skip the humid nights. Check the dew point, because moisture in the air scatters city glow like a lampshade. On a tripod, image stabilization actively invents micro jitter as it looks for shake that isn't there, so switch it off in both the body and the lens. Weigh the tripod down with your bag on the center hook, then trigger with a 2-second timer instead of your finger. Your thumb on the shutter is the #1 cause of blurry stars in the city. The wider the lens, the longer stars stay pinpoints before they smear into streaks. At 14mm, you can hold the shutter around 35 seconds. Jump to 35mm and you're capped near 14 seconds for the same sharpness. Wide also lets you frame stars above the skyline instead of buried in the worst glow near the horizon. Divide 500 by your focal length for max shutter seconds. 500 over 14 is about 35 seconds. Open the aperture to f2.8, set ISO to 3200 and start there. Counterintuitive part. Don't crank ISO to 6400 chasing brightness because city glow is already feeding light in. Lower ISO keeps the sky's black background from turning into muddy orange soup. Shoot 1 frame, then hit playback and zoom to 100% on a single bright star, not the whole picture. A round dot means you nailed focus and shutter. A tiny comma means it's trailing, so cut shutter time. A soft blob means your infinity focus drifted, so nudge the focus ring back a hair and retest. 4 killers in order: autofocus left on hunting in the dark, a bright LED billboard or lit window sneaking into a corner, lens flare from a streetlight just outside the frame, so use your hood or a hat brim, and shooting through a window that doubles every reflection. Fix those 4 and your keeper rate jumps overnight. Want a clean shot with zero noise? Shoot 20 identical 15-second frames and stack them free in Sequator or Starry Landscape Stacker. It averages out the color noise city glow bakes in. Phone shooters, night mode, plus a tripod clamp does the same trick for free. Run these 6 moves and the skyline stops being your excuse. Subscribe for more urban night breakdowns.